Hey everybody, Brad Decater with the Decater home team, and the market is changing. So today I want to go over a few things of what's going on in King County. We're looking at single family and condos. I want to be a little bit less on the statistical side and more on just, hey, what is going on out there? So definitely is changing. For one, obviously you guys know interest rates are going up. Buyers' buying power is diminishing just a little bit because they're having to pay a higher interest rate. That is definitely affecting the market. Also, we're getting more inventory. We're up about 13% month over month for new inventory coming in for the month of May, and that's up about 10% from last year. So just in general, we are seeing more inventory come out. It's getting less competitive, and I think it's more important than ever for the listings and listing agents to market and price correctly. So the days of pricing it at any price you really wanted to, and the market would just decide, what it's going to be worth. You could price a house for $100,000 knowing it's worth for $1 million. This might be a little bit extreme, but truthfully though, if you put on the market and you got those 100 showings, everyone came and saw it, the market would pay what the market pays and they would end up getting it to market value. But now you can't do that anymore because you're getting much, much less showings. We've been getting significantly less showings on all the listings, and just in general, there's a lot less activity on the listings. Therefore, we're getting less offers on the listings, and also the offers are changing a little bit. So the days of waiving every single contingency, financing, appraisal, non-refundable earnest money, all those things, they're happening sometimes. If it's competitive still, agents keep those in their back pockets and they do use those. But for the most part, it's going to be more steady, consistent market for as far as like your terms in the offer. So buyers, this is good news for you guys. I mean, it's been super hard out there, prior to the last 4 or 6 weeks, but it is changing. And so a buyer looking to get a home in the market right now, the last week we got 2 listings under contract for the buyers, and they were able to do it either right around list price, one of them, and then significantly below list price in their first week for the other one. So things are definitely changing. And on the listing side, like I already mentioned it, marketing and pricing are going to be super, super important. You have to price it correctly. One of the other statistics, I'm trying to leave the numbers out of it here, but we did see a 2% decrease in home sale prices. So this is the first month that I've said this for quite a long time, probably since 2018, where prices have actually gone down. So 2% decrease in sales price, which makes sense because things, like I said, things are changing. And the houses that sold, let's say 3 months ago, or even 2 months ago, potentially, if they were sold 2 months ago and listed 3 months ago, that's like probably the end of the really hot season. Those houses that got maybe 20 offers and got that whatever that top price is, I don't think that we're going to be able to get those prices right now. So homes have gone down a little bit in value, but it's still a really good, solid, balanced market. So, as far as predictions, what I think is going to happen, I think that we're going to get more inventory this month here in June. And I know we just listed one last week. We did get it under contract first week, but it's less activity. It's got to be a good house. It's got to be priced right. It's got to be marketed correctly. And your sellers, you need to have the right expectations going in. You should be pricing with the pricing the home with a price that you think you would take, because it's very likely that you might just get the one offer. It might even take a couple weeks to sell. The really good ones, priced correctly, hopefully we'll get multiple offers in the first week and you'll do really well. But you don't want to price over market value because the market has shifted a little bit. Buyers have a little bit more of the driver's seat, although I would still say it's a seller's market for sure. You have to price it correctly, because if you don't, you're going to get very, very, very low activity. And of course, no activity is going to get you no offers. And then you're going to be chasing the market and dropping prices. So more important than ever, really, to have the right agent that helps you strategize on your pricing and obviously your marketing too. Just to kind of bring this full circle and talk about some statistics, like I said, we had about 13.5% more listings this month than last month, and we had 11% more pendings than last month. So if it was the same exact market, we would have seen 13 and 13. So market had already started changing last month, but even so, it's basically getting a little bit worse as far as pendings go moving forward. So there's this, not every single house is going pending right away. In general, I don't think we're heading for a crazy crash. Yes, we had a 2%, downturn, for actual home prices on average. But I don't think that means that we are going into a significant downturn. I think that the summer is going to be slow. There's going to be less things going on, just as far as activity, less home sales, because buyer demand has dropped a little bit, and at the same time, inventory has came up. But is it enough to see a crazy crash? I don't think so. I know that there's a lot going on with other stuff too, stock markets, interest rates, the Fed rate, all those things are going to play a factor. But my prediction is that we're going to have a pretty level summertime and fall, and I think we will see a little bit more decrease in price. So maybe another 1 or 2% in the next few months. But I think once we hit around that part and interest rates are going to level, then I think that we'll see a pretty balanced market, which is really what I like. I think if you're listing your house, if you do it correctly, you can sell it. You can sell it for market value. You're not going to lose a ton of money if you didn't sell a few months ago. Still a good market. And the buyers, it's just more realistic for us. So we can actually get you the house, not waive every contingency, and put ourselves in a good position. Yes, your affordability has changed a little bit because of the interest rates, but it's a give and take. You really can't have both. You can't have 2.6% interest rates and not expect it to be a bidding war. Like that's what it was before, and that's why we're in a position that we're in right now with these prices at high skyrocketed prices. So the Fed changing their rate is going to help inflation, and then the mortgage interest rates that are going on right now, which are on the high side of things, obviously in the fives right now. That's putting a taper on the buyer demand and the affordability too. But like I said, you can't have both. And so I'm always a big proponent of, especially for first-time home buyers, getting into a house is always going to be a good decision. If the property goes up in appreciation, then you win. If it doesn't and the interest rate goes down, you still win. You can refinance and get that. And also, if you're buying for yourself and your family long-term, over the long term, it's always going to be a good investment. So I know for me, I bought my last house, I bought a few houses in 2021. And of course, we've had some appreciation, but if it goes down from here, it doesn't change my life too much. I will be a little upset, but not really. My mortgage doesn't change. I'm not paying someone rent every month. At least I'm paying down my principal every single month. So for the first timers out there, I just always want to reiterate, you got to get into home ownership. I think it's a great thing. Even if the market goes down a little bit, it won't long term, and at least you're paying yourself instead of someone else. So hope this helps you guys out. There's definitely more statistics I have here, and I'd be happy to share more. I like to use the statistics mostly for specific neighborhoods. So if you're thinking about selling, we can look into the data points right in your neighborhood and find out what the house is worth, what you're going to net, what your next steps are. Buyers, start reaching out. This is the great time to buy. I know realtors always say that, but I mean, it always is. It truly is. So reach out and we can get you on the educational process first, let you know how it's done, and then help you make some decisions for the future. Thank you.